Oke lah, match pertama ya antara RRQ sama T1 Valorant Pacific.
Over the top, see what he can spot, but Elmi more quick to clear it, not going to get pinged out.
Shatter here on the left. He could be really key to see when the timing is.
There's the paranoia. He's going to swing in.
And that is going to be huge. He does get the one and distracts, and he picks up a kill for himself. Very important based on recent timing, but it is going to definitely be a RRQ round. I think the fact that they get onto the site basically for free, and Rossi couldn't stop them all flash. I mean, the entry was just too clean, right? So a very good start here for RRQ.
Yeah, very solid setup. I mean, Flip's just dumping both of those flashes within the first 15 seconds of the round. Comes up with an immense amount of value. I love that. Just backward dash up over the top so that he can avoid getting flashed as well. Lands, finds the kill, and then just running guns with the frenzy. We've been seeing players kind of leaning into these super wide swings when you have a frenzy or a stinger in hand. It also allows you to potentially just get the kill itself. So Jemkin off to a roaring start with 3 limbs in that first round. Well, let's see what happens as we go into the anti-eco here for RRQ.
Limor.
See a relatively big stack for.
Pas kemarin lawan B itu Limor pakai Nova GG sih, kill 30 aja. Kill 30 cok.
Entry, and now they're just taking their time with it, seeing if T1 is going to do anything.
Seharusnya ini matchnya RRQ ya guys ya. Ini T1 baru menurun banget nih T1.
Their spots as
Saya player
out here in mid, checking for what he can see, but no contact just yet.
Limor.
Down to 50 seconds, RQ now going to start inching their way.
Limor OTW mau pakai operator sih, feeling gue sih.
Given the weaponry, given that they're not spotting or hearing anything at all, basically just have to stay statuesque in their positions. Realize it's going to be a pretty swift strike once it does start, but there you go. Entry coming through, up on top of Jen for Jemkin.
30 seconds left.
A little bit of util burned here.
Nice plating.
Still plenty remaining for the post plant as they now get situated. Side player around the back, gonna have to try to clear out this turret. Looks like they're not gonna set it up.
Nice.
Takes out side player first, then sets up the turret.
Nice Vero, nice.
He's like, something is fishy. Maybe if I jump out at exactly this time, I'll find a member of T1, and that he did. And this is pretty much not going to happen for T1, just trying to get in position to die to the spike.
Yep.
We'll see if Elmimore wants to maybe deny some of that, but
he does only have a ghost, so he can hang around a little bit longer if he wants to try to get some picks,
but
he's not spotting anything. He will just opt to go ahead, keep his life intact, and overall, a flawless anti-eco here for the side of RQ as they start things off 2-0.
Kenapa sih T1?
Very nicely done. I mean, high pace in the pistol round, gets them a clean entry over on the B site. Very much just grind things to a halt. Not wanting to get picked off, not wanting to have any kind of surprise shots coming through from T1. They take their time, manages to get them the round win.
Yeah, RQ definitely a team that I think really indexes
Si
heavily
Carpe langsung
into
beli mahal ya,
strategy,
senjata mahal.
round by round, trying to mix things up, really trying to get into the heads of their opponents, and already seeing little taste of that. It is still very early, but so far so good for them. Let's see if they can pick up a bonus here as they are looking to go in. And yeah, Carpe is pretty good. That Odin, and he is going to take one down already.
Yep, a little bit of a different setup there on the angle. Now he's going to be playing straight in front.
Ayolah RRQ, ayolah, bisa lah.
As the drone to search, won't quite spot anything.
Malah ya.
Meanwhile, just rotating out of that one is RQ. Kind of hamstrung now at this point. Nice little push out here from Saya player and his buddy Zoo, just trying to get some information. Gonna see Estrella potentially.
Aduh, ketahuan.
There's a bulldog, but also not a fast enough reaction. Taken down by the headshot is thrown there from Elmimore.
Ditunggu 2 orang di sana, Cok, di plating.
Double stack in boathouse, one
Di B ditunggu 2
well.
orang aja.
T1 very much have this site stacked up. Right there for contact.
Bisa nggak ya? Bisa nggak ya nih?
Aduh,
Vero mati.
Gets the catch. Elmore slinking around the back.
30 seconds
Has a
left.
judge in hand, but also the sheriff. But is he ready for this? No. Rossi able to find that. Pivots back over to switch to take out Flips. And just like that, it is a flawless deny on the conversion here. As T1 puts themselves on board round 3.
Well, it all starts with the pick in B main, and then after that, it's kind of just one by one. You saw RRQ trying to be very sneaky on the map. There's multiple members trying to sneak into spots, and T1 Science player started it off here. A little push himself. Rossi handles this very nicely, sensing the pressure, and then picks up his third right there.
You guys are trash, bro.
Oh, it's a nice, bro.
Well, it's round 3. Maybe a little bit early, but Rossi feeling it, so you gotta respect the confidence. He has been performing well, despite the misfortunes and the losses for T1. Still has been putting up decent figures, so it looks like he's
Ini baru pemanasan ya,
off to a very solid start.
Yeah. I do feel like, honestly,
Viva
in
RRQ,
Valorant, your confidence level can certainly affect how you play. So even if you're just saying it for yourself or also for your teammates, just to get people hyped and say, no, we're better than these guys. He might not absolutely feel like they're trash, but it's good to say it and get your team in the right mindset. As a double peek here, and Side player's going to take him out. Straight up, all alone once again. Not gonna win that one.
Just a hair off. I mean, even with the double swing he left, would have been traded, but potentially be able to find that. But Flip's now going to be taken down. Pushes way up through Cat. Ends up falling. Spray across. Xfero once again, just taking quite a bit of damage. Saw him knocked down to, I think, about 60 in the last round. Now down to 50. Carpe will just, again, double stack in here to boats alongside Xcurate. Spraying through. Elmore going to be able to displace both of them, and that just goes ahead and equalizes the player count. 3v3 now as that plant comes in.
Bisa sih, 3-3 bisa.
They were just
Mati.
way in the back there. They did not see that one. Size so clean in this round. I mean, every time it's just one-tapping people down. They're going to need him, though, for this retake, as Jemkin will be more in a pretty good spot here.
Dudes being across. Rossi now going to be noted. Jemkin having a good idea about where 2 of them are. Saya noted over in B main as well. It's just about whether or not they can actually stave this off. The rush in. Jemkin going to be able to shut that one down, but now the trade comes in. Elmore cleaned up. 3 players lost, but still T1 getting to the defuse and tying up the scoreline at 2-2.
Gonna give that one over to Izu.
Susah.
Very nicely done from the side of T1. Really just starts out with Saya pressuring double peek out of A main. They get that first kill. That's it here. I mean, it kind of was just Saya by himself, and he gets this one and picks up a third as well. And eventually, he's the first one to go onto the site here, so he does go down, but his teammates easily do clean that up.
I love it, Kasaya plays the platform in front of him, so it kind of looks like he's like a kid at the adult table.
Yeah.
But it actually is just a raised platform that he plays on.
Whatever works. And looks like the operator's going to work for him this time. See how many kills he can pick up in this round with this. As T1 certainly getting back in control of this map with the last couple of round wins.
Very much out wide. That swing come in from Jemkin. It's going to be brutal. Drone up over the top. He's trying to overstay and see if he can find anything at all. But this ends up costing him nearly to Rossi as well. Dead. Jemkin swings out, catches him trying to escape back in the market. This is a big blunder here for T1 off the rip in the round.
Yeah, if you guys were watching the desk,
Ambil nggak sih
there was a
operatornya?
bit of talk,
Ambil
at least
nggak
some
sih
mention about
operatornya?
some overheating from the side of Side player. I think extremely aggressive to go ahead and do that. And it almost looked like RRQ were expecting it, right? They had a nice setup, drone over the top, and immediately the second he's spotted, he's just dead. As
Xcurate is in deep. Needs to be able to get out of this position, and he does take 2 down with him. So solid effort from the new IGL as that is not where you wanted the team be to. Carpe able to get the punish there onto Estrella. They got bogged down. Now things very well can slip out of their hands. Carpe at 71 sends out the dart.
30 seconds left.
Limor gets himself across the opposite side of the drone to try to chase. Pulls back into the site itself.
Come on, Limor.
Carpe reads it. Well, now here's the tap on the spike, so he knows. Shock dart thrown down. Elmore taking a little bit of damage, but challenges around the corner, finds the headshot, and manages to bail RRQ out.
Ambil.
So the entry started pretty rough, with Xcurate picking up 2, but then just able to push their way on in. This is the start, by the way. They just get the spot onto Saya. They get the pick on Rossi. you're thinking it's all over. It eventually was. Got pretty interesting down in the 1v1, and Elmior handles this very well.
So I'd have to watch that back again, you know, from the original POV. But I think one of the biggest things that you need, if Saya's going to go on that kind of push, that 0 point from Rossi needs to come out as soon as you hear the initial setup from that drone to go ahead and cancel it. If you're able to do that, Saya can get away with positioning that aggressively. But without that, he just gets tagged and absolutely taken down. Hunter's Fury now out from Elmior, just fishing to see if he finds any kind of straight connection here. And widely just keeps them pushing into the site. Switch now going to be hit, spray, through. It's one shot there on the flips in the leg. Is the null command now going to be invested?
T1 going to be looking to, yeah, that's the end of that drone. Going to be looking to get on in here in the retake. You see Rossi trying to look behind him at tree.
This lurk from Xfero, I mean, they already managed to find one. Carpe just getting taken out by that wall bang through. Off shot from Saya, not going to be able to get the connection. Now Xfero strikes, looking for three. He's able to find it.
Nice Vero.
Rotate around the back,
Vero,
the corner,
nice
inside
Vero.
player cannot line up the shot fast enough. A 4K for Xfero. RQ get 4 rounds.
Yeah, and keep in mind, T1 heavily investing in that round as well. Another operator for Saya, and they get flawless on just a clean entry. And look at that. I mean, that's pretty rough for Carpe. And then not checking this angle, Xfero, perfect timing to just get them down. And Saya's like, well, I'm trapped. I might as well just go for it. He's got a lot to say about that one, and I would be hyped after that play.
Pak Abe masih nonton di sana nggak ya Pak Abe? Full senyum nih Pak Abe. Anjay, kelas.
Significantly weaker buy, but they do have the Blade Storm behind this, and we know it's Saya. What kind of
Ada
magic
ulti
can
ya.
work with that?
Dan mungkin ada
Already
ulti
a bit of damage across. Xfero and Elmior getting tagged up.
sama
Lockdown is
Vero ada
available. Should
ulti
they
ya.
want to go ahead
Lumayan
and
nih
invest
buat
this?
rating ultinya Vero.
You should run.
This looks like that is going to be the call.
Saya player.
So let's see how
Pasti
aggressive
saya
he
player.
decides to get. He is certainly
He's going to try to give his life for the cause here. Up over the top, does manage to find one. Carpe, at the same time, finishing off Elmior, so the detain comes in. He's the only one caught by it. Flips recovering fire.
Nice
Find
five
execute
Jeder.
Carpe now dead.
Nice five Jeder.
Finished off in that detain.
Aduh,
Leaving now just Rossi and Izu. 2v2, weapon recovered for Izu though.
Bisa nggak ya, Cok?
yeah. All things
Saya
considered, not too bad
jangan
for the
ulti
side
aja.
of T1.
Oh,
and
the
might
spike.
be able to get this pick as Izu gonna get the jump on Estrella, and the spike is down. Still a lot of
Sabar,
time.
Cok.
Temkin not gonna be able to win that one. Izu pretty crisp on a couple to give T1 the win. And keep in mind, that was an eco for them. I think they had one stinger.
An effective thrifty for the side of T1, and that is a round that you are going to be frustrated by if you're RQ. Had the Tane, yeah, some early damage. I mean, Saya saying, you know what, I will sacrifice myself to at least try to get a trade. Flips, opens things up really nicely, but it's this
Enemy remaining.
misunderstanding about where Izu could be. Not respecting that potential flank through B main, and then just stranding the spike.
Very nice adjustment there at the end as well from Izu. It's a pretty important kill to get to make sure it doesn't go to a 1v1 scenario with the spike available in a lot of time. Here's Saya once again, this time trying to get aggressive
Udah ketahuan.
with the
operator
operator,
di
I guess.
situ.
Not just this
Langsung
time,
balik
but
sana,
just
ada
in general,
player.
Saya things. And he's going to take out the turret.
Clear on the alarm bot. It's just the poking and prodding phase. Both squads trying to take away some of this more stagnant utility from the other side. Make sure they can't be notified. Saya once again.
Please
A
bro.
walkabout, playing a
Please,
fairly
bro.
narrow angle. Checks over towards the left. Nothing spotted. Dash to the ready. Oh, spots one.
Nice.
But Elmior just continues to swing in.
Nice
Catches him into the head. Right there through the corner. Now flash is denied as Rossi does get nullified. Jemkin will be able to go ahead and take it down. Elmior at the cost of that entry, but RQ now with 4 members will be able to get the plant, and I think overall
Spike
T1,
planted.
Carpe and Extra left alive are going to have to just call for a save.
Yeah, they're just running the opposite
Bisa.
way. Just,
5-3,
you know,
5-3, 5-3.
we did have maybe a
Bisa.
little bit of a fight here, actually, as Xfero thinking about maybe trying to take them out, but
Udah Vero,
yeah,
udah.
certainly
Vero.
the fact that Saya is just going to be caught out essentially for free, and then the entry is so quick from the side of RQ. Didn't really leave
Aman
T1
sih,
with
aman
many
sih.
options. As we did, I think it was Rossi not able to throw a flash out either, just gets daggered and does get the 1 kill, but then it was kind of just an easy cleanup for RQ, leading to a pretty free round here.
Yeah, I mean, Xfero's still hunting, and he will get taken down.
My ultimate
And this
is
is about the
ready.
worst case scenario. I was going to say, I honestly wouldn't mind them just sitting back and allowing these two players to stay alive, crucially because Xcurate was just one charge away from having the
Nice
lockdown. Now he has that
nice
online
Jamkin,
going into
nice
the next round.
guys,
Would have gotten it, you know, if he had been killed. That would have cost him his weapon, but he would still gain that very crucial ultimate. But now he has the Vandal and the lockdown going into this one as the timeout, I believe, is getting called.
And you see how this one goes down. Oh, they just kind of line up for it, and slight adjustment for Jemkin to finish off that third member. And it is a timeout from the side of T1. All things considered, I mean, still kind of close in terms of 5v3 and round score, but for me, outside of that one kind of mix-up with the near Thrifty from T1, I think RRQ is mostly in control of this map so far.
Yeah, it's been overall, you know, at times a little bit scrappy. There is certainly some bite behind the bark here from T1 today. But starting off on the defender's side, you want to be able to rack up several more rounds. See how they fare. We get ready to go back into this one, but for now, quick interjection from Coach Autumn. Pump the brakes.
What would you say, Kilios, if you were the coach in that moment?
I mean, given his success rate after timeouts and just the overall performances of the team, I would probably take a leaf out of Alex's book and just say, turn your brains off and shoot a little bit better.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes
I don't want you to think, I just want you to play.
Yeah. I do think that the shots have been fine. I think that they have kind of been caught with their pants down a couple too many times. Although sometimes the aggressive plays from guys like Saya have kind of given them the advantage as well, especially out of that A main we have seen a couple of times. But outside of that, it's been mostly just him getting punished. He's going to pick up a Vandal this time around. Might still look to get aggressive, but RQ all here going down the catwalk.
Saya again, wanting to go for this peek, but they're inside the smoke now here on Cat. Double stack on the opposite side. Side player able to find one. Now the smoke dissipates. They both strike a 2 for 2 overall. Elmi Moore down to 60. Dash forth, trying to get themselves into the site. Carpe just not ready for it. Jemkin just dashes in and instantly taps him.
Yeah, you could tell that Carpe was like, wait, what? What? Like, it just seemed like the communication failing, or they didn't quite spot them getting in onto the site, and now it's going to be up to Saya and Xcurate to try to retake this one.
Spots him. Jemkin just pivoting back, not allowing him to get the re-peek lineup. Swing in. They're both lined up now, though. Saya takes him down. Doesn't even take any damage for his troubles, and Xcurate will find Estrella. What a turnaround here. From a surefire win for T1 to, or for RRQ into a T1 victory here with this diffuse. Saya player breaks it down.
I mean, Coach Achilles, you were kind of right. They turned their brains off, but they hit their shots at the end of the day. Very nice angle from Saya, and then he picks up 3. Xcurate does finish it off at the end.
Yeah, and that's a relieving sight there for Autumn.
Yeah, they're happy, but they don't look too satisfied just yet. Still a close map, still a lot of pressure.
I didn't realize Estrella was IGLing today. 0-5 and 3.
Well, sometimes that's the way it goes. We've all been there.
He's done some side calling, but
yeah.
Now really heavy stack outside of the A site here for RQ. Still money, so still can get the purchase, but not able to get that dash off in time. Jemkin's entry getting disrupted. Very nice 0 point there from Rossi as Hunter's Fury now coming through from Carpe. But he tucked back over towards Wine. Next, not quite going to be fouled, but Rossi just reading a timing, feeling like, okay, Hunter's Fury probably pushed them back. They're going to try to get themselves back over in towards A main and away from this archway. It just reads it to absolute perfection.
Yeah, I mean, the timing of that was almost as if he had vision. I mean, it was incredible how he does line that one up. Saya does get punished in mid, though. And now RQ may be looking to regroup this direction. Carpe's got to set up here towards tree, but it does look like they could be heading towards B at this point in time, as it is only Xcurate, of course, on the Killjoy over on this site. Maybe going to look into pizza, see what they can see. And they're not going to see anything, as T1 at the moment are just playing the sites. And we do have
Oh, boy.
set up here. Carpe's just lining him up, picks up 2. For the 1, Elmimore finally does take him down.
Try to get in here quickly, but as they make the attempt, Izu and Rossi, one more apiece to go ahead and close things out, and that is now T1 tying it up at 5-5. Timeout working wonders here for the squad. Still a bit of cash, though, to work through, but winning this round, it'll break things down even further for the side of RRQ. As, I mean, this is what really just dumped up the works. All 3 players getting caught by that 0 point. Jemkin can't go for the entry, he can't try to create space, and then they just end up losing flips to that very nicely timed spray from Rossi.
Wonder what Rossi had to say after that one. I mean, he's feeling pretty good. I'm sure he's got the most kills on the team. Is now, trying to look for someone here as the quickly getting in on the site for this entry, not quite as clean as the first one, and now the rest of the team is going to follow up. But Rossi, here with a nice flash, kind of flashes himself behind there, and Elmimore will take him down.
Yeah, this one, it's far too chaotic here. Messiah player to try to line up any of those shots with the operator. Drone now up over the top, spots one in market, Excrit now noted, and now taking down Elmimore, making the best of that Guardian. Carpe with a reveal of his own, is able to find one, swings on the corner, can't quite line up the other. So RQ, they lose a couple rounds in a row. They say, right, let's just up the pressure. They storm their way into the A site. Is it clean? Absolutely not. Is it entertaining? You're damn right. They get themselves a round win and now up to 6.5.
It's clean as long as you get the round win. That's what I always say.
Oh yeah, I mean, we heard it from Ewok himself, you know, in regards to Flips having 0 kills in that last icebox. He's like, I don't care as long as we're winning. His calling is going well. I don't care about individual performance. It doesn't matter.
Just win the rounds. Jemkin goes and dies, you know, kind of messing up some of the utility from the other members. Doesn't matter. Just get in, win the rounds, get aggressive. It has been working, and kind of surprised they didn't send it again, but maybe trying to peek, maybe trying to find Saya if he were to peek out of A main once again. This time, just peeking out of B main. He might be the first person to contact if RRQ do commit to this push towards B.
They open things up with that null command. Be curious to see if Saya actually tries to stand his ground. He won't have the exit.
Please.
Oh boy, just around the corner. Do they
Open
read
blue
this?
toe.
Oh, the flash, they swing it a little bit too late. Now Rossi here in
Yeah,
main, able to put 2 down on the ground. Jemkin down Rossi with an effective 3rd. Is that a res? Tap on it around the corner, but they need to try to fight their way out of this one. Estrella will be able to find the headshot. Shutting down Rossi here for the moment. Paranoia across, swings out, will end up falling. And that is 6-6 here on the half. As, yeah, well, he finally used the lockdown after the half was over, but wasn't fully necessary.
Might as well, I guess. Yeah, very close map so far, 6-6. Very back and forth. Feels like T1 kind of getting back on the horse, calling the timeout at 5-3 deficit, and picking up 3 out of the last 4 to get it to even. Certainly kind of calming things down, not getting as crazy with the peaks, and just holding some angles, and it worked out. RQ did get that one aggressive round, but outside of that, feels like we have a pretty close, I've got a pretty cute friend with this stuffed animal there on the desk. But yeah, pretty close map in this one. And I suppose our T1 predictions not too off the wall after all.
To be fair, I would consider you as the lone T1 predictor. Williams is not fully because he believes in T1. It's more because every time he predicts for RQ, he curses them and he loves them more than just about anything.
Still counts as a pred. Whatever the reason, he did put it on T1.
Bisa you guys are rewarded for that. As Rossi, a hell of a performance so far, leading in kills here in the lobby at this moment. Now we switch sides, RQ over to the defense. T1 though, heavy stack, full 5 members over in B lobby.
Might try to give them a taste of their own medicine. You remember round 1, we saw RRQ coming in, just pressing W, just going right over the top into B.
I mean, they look like they're just gonna Paranoia off the rip, probably a dash up over the top, maybe off the back of this one. See if Estrella's gonna be able to try to get away from this one as Paranoia does connect. He's gonna be held by that 0 point, but Shock Dart lobbed in, looking for some damage, but Rossi's already able to find the opening kill as Jemkin falls. Now Saya getting Elmimore as well. Straight spotted, noted here in boats, flash straight into his face, still comes away with one while being full flashed, but ultimately it's just Flipshider by himself.
Yeah, at the end of the day, gonna be a nice entry here from the set of T1 as he can't quite land those shots. He has so many opportunities, and Saya will pick up a third. So T1 right on the board here from the attacker side, and that is going to be fantastic. Trying to get some momentum for yourself in the second half on RRQ's map pick. And once again, just we did have, you know, the one man here on the site surviving for a decent amount of time, but wasn't quite enough as the entry came swiftly in onto B.
7-6, T1 tying up the pistol round count. Decent investment here. Everybody with an odd pistol in their hands, so we got two Spectres, Bulldog, a Phantom, and then Saya player with the signature Marshall coming through. Only Elmimore really investing much of anything as opposed to that Sheriff, something that made him known. Performance with those Sheriffs in hand. Thrown forward, does manage to tag him up though. And Saya wanting to take a peek in towards heaven, spots the shoulder, and straight out. Not something wide enough to identify Saya player, does end up falling down.
Yeah, gonna be a pretty tough ask here for the side of RQ. Let's see how they want to do this. Maybe just straight up through the door. As Execurant is here, just spraying him down. Even Flash did not matter. Izu up top as well. And that's going to be the end of Elmimore on top of it. So 8-6. T1 in control at the moment. And yeah, I mean, just pretty straight up stuff. Kind of reminds me of the way that RQ played it from the attacker side at the beginning of the map. Go B one time really quick, go A little bit slower, and then eventually just execute onto the site.
It's never quite far enough out to be able to spot him. I mean, you know, you have a weapon advantage. You know that you're pretty screwed in that position. You might as well just hold your ground, hold down M1. Execurant rewarded for that. As
M1?
Mouse 1.
You don't call it left click?
Left click, whatever.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone say M1.
Well, you have now.
Yeah.
Execurant not opting to spend too much, wants to have his economy relatively in sync here with the rest of the squad. Thought maybe we would see the Carpe or fly up the Sheriff one, but Flips and Estrella trying to make something happen here outside of A, and they just end up getting gunned down. Izu coming up huge.
Yeah, that's pretty rough, and it's going to be a couple of upgrades as well for T1. So they just get onto the site for free, and RQ are just running away. That is not the round you want to see if you're RQ. I wouldn't even be surprised to see a timeout called either now or on the next round, because that one was, they got kind of mowed down in A main, and now the round is just over.
I've already written down on my sheet that they called a timeout because I feel very confident that that is exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, they have two left, so.
Having the bonus conversion here for T1 on this attacker side, that is a dangerous spot to be in for RQ. And you can see T1, they're fanning out. They want to be able to take away these weapons. They haven't suffered too many losses in these opening rounds, so no one is particularly close to building up their ultimates. So if they can get rid of some of these weapons, that would be a major boon. And
no.
boy, Saya spotting Elmimore. The gun barrel giving things away. Xpharaoh will be able to take him out. Keeps his own weapon in his hands, but that is a brutal way to lose out on an additional rifle right at the end of the round. Clock stopped. I'm out confirmed. Oh my goodness.
Nice.
Yeah, it almost was like T1 got in there before RQ realized. Even though there was the one guy in wine, they just didn't see them walking in. And then, obviously, they were a bit caught off guard. And then Izu's just able to spray them down. I think he's the one that confirmed the kills, but he had a couple of his teammates shooting as well. And it was almost like they just got caught off guard. And it was a free entry into A with that overcommittal from RRQ. And then it was just over, as we saw. So, easy time to call a timeout. And I'm not a coach. I'm not sure what I would say in this one.
Need to be able to clear the heads of the players, focus back in on this, identify where things are going wrong, what the misreads are, what the tendencies are of T1, at least the ones that they've been showing thus far on this attack side. Try to shore up those weaknesses, close whatever whatever gaps you might be having here in the first three. See,
Saya
if
player
intervention is
masih
going to be good enough
dominasi
for RQ to stop this.
Rossi.
Now, effective 4-round win streak across both halves for T1. Still, I mean, they have a Spectre in hand. It's like, well, I haven't had to really get rid of this, so just keep using it.
Saving up that money for the latter half of this second half. Let's see what this is going to look like for the side of RQ. They have 3 guys in mid and around Pizza at the moment, so that's not the way I want it to go.
Rossi also gets Elmore. Just threw the smoke.
What the
and
fuck, man?
Whatever could have, okay, whatever is discussed. Might not matter too much anymore as Flips swings in, the paranoia hits him. What an effort for him, though. Be able to find those 2 kills, but...
Yeah, he looked angry, and, you know, not going to get the ace. That is...
Come on, bro.
That's almost worse than the round we saw last time. I mean, 3 people in mid, you get scouted, nobody hits the dart, and everybody just gets sprayed down as there was no escape
Apa
for
sih
those 3
mainnya
members,
ini?
and it was an easy cleanup for T1, kind of reading the situation very well as well. As you'll see, the dart comes in, and it double bounces, and they just don't, they can't clear it in time.
It seems like they just were not prepared for where that one was going to end up. I mean, you know, again, solid effort from Flips to be able to look like maybe that was going to be turnable, but put it on his best fishy chair impersonation with that Guardian in hand.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to Carpe, very nice angle, I guess, on the dart, but you got to be ready for those. As now here comes T1. Once again, slow push onto A.
Coming down, expecting that recon at any moment, but they're just holding this, and this means that because they're just creeping forward, they have no idea that they're in the sun. I mean, look at Estrella. He has no idea whatsoever. Jemkin now overwhelmed, swarmed, ends up falling, and T1, what a call, what a read. They say, okay, you know what? Let's just enter with no util. And now the cleanup continues, and T1 are running away with this half. This is domination, and whoever it was, I assume that, you know, it was probably X-Curate. I'll give him the credit, given that this is his first day IGLing for the team, to just not send the recon. Let's just walk into sight. There's nothing set up here to play contact for them. There's no alarm bot, there's no turret. Let's just get into the site, don't send anything, and peek some corners that they're likely hiding behind.
Might as well throw another timeout at this point, but, you know, if the last one didn't work and the last 2 rounds looked like that, I don't know if this is going to help, but you got to try. I mean, it's kind of funny, too, because you would imagine the mind games, right? They kind of got screwed by a recon dart in the round right before. So they're like, okay, let's be really ready. Let's be ultra-focused to see if a dart comes in. And then you just don't send it, right? You just walk at them. It's total mind game domination from the side of T1. And I don't know what's gotten into them, but they look pretty incredible in the second half, and RRQ have had 0 answers.
It's just insane. Let's make the call. Let's just donk walk into A site, and everything will go well.
It was very unexpected, to say the least.
Yeah, and I mean, now this is so many things that RRQ need to be cognizant of, and they need to try to, you know, expect and predict which thing T1 is going to try to do. Are they going to play default? Are they going to play contact? Are they going to send out this util and try to find picks through wall bangs? Are they going to just walk in? There's a multitude of options.
Yeah. Or are they just going to walk at us? Not something you generally have to be careful for, as same dart comes through, but nobody on the side of RRQ is there, as they're just going to play it a bit more passively this time around.
Very quietly done here from T1.
Right here.
0 point, not noting anything there. So making a little bit of noise. A couple pings will come down into mid.
Yeah, really it's just Jemkin who is watching this angle, if anyone is going to go through market. We've seen Saya just try to lurk forward, bit by bit, trying to creep forward before. But for now, just keeping it very quiet.
0 point, scouting 1 up close. Sparrow still, okay, standing his ground for the moment. Continues to want to try to fight this one. So we'll just be backing away here to Lumber, but looks like they're decently aware of that. Execute was considering sending the Nano over to that position for the brief little moment. Flash out full, blind is Xpero, swing out.
Oh my god.
Just full whiffs across the board as 4 players disappear. T1 just Thanos snapping them out of existence as suddenly it is only Estrella left. Zaya pushing, prodding, taking him down. A team ace as T1 get themselves up to match point.
T1 kind of just dunking on him now. They play it quietly, and then they go for a very clean push. And RRQ was ready. They had 4 people there. They were ready for the push, and it didn't matter. As the ult came forward from Rossi, and they were just not able to stop it. One flash through, and this is where it all went wrong. Just, you know, spotting one by one the members. Really nice flash to come through on the entry from T1.
Oh my.
Kind of saying the same thing that I was. There's not really much else to say about it. It's just domination at this point.
Yeah, they are absolutely feeling it here. Not dropping a single round here in this half. T1 looking to just get the streak all the way across up to 13 and move on to their own map pick of Lotus, which has been very consistent for them. There's some shots exchanged there. Chemkin taking one on the shoulder. They're trying to maintain control of mid, but it doesn't have the alarm bot here to play off of. Turret still on cooldown. Null Command invested. Going across as there's the push now into the B side. Elmore here, Guardian in hands, able to find one. Can't quite get the second. Xpero trying to get the drag across, but Rossi again! Another 3K. What is it? The third, the fourth one. Chemkin will be able to find Carpet.
Menyala Bang Rossi, Bang Rossi menyala anjing.
2v3. Rossi down low on
Bang Rossi
HP.
nyala Bang Rossi anjing.
Fragment, a flash. All that Flips has to work with.
Oh, if he just clicks. Just kind of staring each other down through the smoke.
Smoke about to dissipate.
You know, they're coming from that direction as well. Execute playing this angle very, very nicely.
They are blinded. Izu sets it up for him. Swing onto the corner. The kills come through, and T1 have an absolute perfect run.